What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another Toy Room unboxing slash review video, and today we're taking a look at the Space Invaders board game. Now, this isn't necessarily new. I want to say this came out about a year ago, but I found it at Target recently for $5 on clearance, so at that price I definitely had to pick it up. This is going to be very similar to the Pac-Man board game that I reviewed on the channel, I want to say about 2 years ago, and that is my highest viewed video right now, and it just recently hit 1 million views, or over 1 million views the other day, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But this is made by the same company, Buffalo Games, and it's got the same style of packaging right here with the amazing artwork. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the packaging, and then we're going to take a look at all the contents that come inside and kind of give a brief overview of how to actually play the game. So right off the bat, you get the amazing Space Invaders artwork right here on the packaging as we kind of just pan through all of this. So we'll start right at the top here. You can see all the different spaceships, Space Invaders, and you have the title logo right up top, and you can see it says a co-op dexterity game, and then that brings us down over this way. Just amazing reds and blues. I love the just giant splash of color over here. This actually kind of looks like the Xbox logo, which is kind of funny. And then you can see right down here it says 1 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. And then coming to the side right over here, you can see some more of that amazing artwork continued throughout. And then you come over to this side, you have this version. You can see Stop the Invasion, and this game takes roughly 30 to 45 minutes to play. And then you can see same thing on this side as well, and then this over here, and then we move on to the back, which that artwork just continues on through the back. We'll kind of pan up over this way, but yeah, that artwork continues all throughout. And here's a brief read up of the game, so if you guys want to go ahead and pause that to see exactly what the game is about, you can go ahead and do so. And you just get more of that artwork and all the different contents, the game board over here, some of the different cards and accessories it comes included, which obviously we will take a look at everything once we open this up. And you can see right over here it says official title, licensed product, and then again how long the game takes to play and whatnot. But yeah, I just love all the artwork on here. So that's pretty much it for the box art. So we're going to go ahead and crack this open and take a closer detailed look at everything that comes inside, and then we'll kind of go over how to play the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Really quickly, before we get into the contents of the box, I wanted to show off the actual box itself. So this is the layer where everything comes included. This is the bottom half of the packaging. I just love the detail that's in here. They didn't really have to add this in here, but I like that they did. It's simple, but it goes a long way. So you have all the little white speckles to represent like stars, and you can see the Space Invader bad guys, and then Space Invader right there, and then even right here you can see the row of bad guys on the inner flap. Everything else is exactly the same as far as I can tell. Yeah, I mean this side might be slightly different, but yeah, that's about it. But yeah, nice little details in here that they didn't have to add, but I'm glad that they did. Alright, you guys, so here are all of the contents that come inside of the packaging. Now, I will say right off the bat, this is way more stuff than I was anticipating, way more involved than the Pac-Man board game for sure. So I was originally going to give a tutorial of how to play the game and kind of go through the entire rule book and everything, but it is really involved. So what I'm going to do is leave a link in the description as well as a pinned comment of this video of a very good tutorial that I found on YouTube, and it's very involved. That video alone is like 14 minutes just showing off how to play the game itself. So we're going to skip that, but again, though, there will be a video that I'll leave in the comments as well as the description of this video. But you can see the rule book. It's pretty massive, and it has the same artwork from the packaging. But yeah, it is very involved. A lot of pieces, a lot of strategy to this. So I was not anticipating that, so we are just going to skip that, but I do still want to show off everything that does come included. So some of the lesser important stuff are these little black plastic clips here. Now these are just to hold some cardboard pieces in place that kind of slot into there, so that's not that important. And then you have also, not really that interesting to look at, but you have these little white and red little pegs here that are going to be used for the actual game board. Now I am going to go through all the contents first, and then we are going to look at the actual game board last, because the game board is pretty massive and I have to readjust my whole review station in order to get it to fit in frame. But moving forward, we have the launcher here. So this is pretty cool. So you put your little token pieces on here, and then you're going to go ahead and launch the pieces like that as if you're firing in the actual video game. Now, I'm not sure what this actual piece here is for. I think it's just kind of a counterweight since you're kind of slapping on this side. So I think it's just to kind of hold it in place. I don't see any other purpose for that other than just being a counterweight so this doesn't go flying playing this way. But yeah, it is pretty cool, pretty simple as well. But yeah, you put your little coins on here and fire it that way onto the board. So that is pretty nice right there. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the cards next. So you can see the artwork on here. It says Space Invaders, and you have the bad guys there in the different colors. And then on flipping them over, that's the back side of the card. You flip them over this way, you can see the bad guys listed right here, and they're different power levels and also like little stats and features and whatnot. So you have the level 4 guys, and then the level 3 guys in green, and then also in blue, and then level 3 in that pink color again, and level 2. So it's basically the same thing, just different levels to them. And then level 1, there's a ton of level 1 right there, and I think that's as high as it goes. It's 1 through 4. Yeah, so 1 through 4 for the bad guys. So you can see that right there. Only difference really being this bottom portion right here. So that is those cards. And then you have these level cards, which have really nice artwork on them. I'm a big fan of how these look. If the camera will focus, there we go. So I love the artwork on here. It just says level 3. Then on the front, you can see like what each level does or whatever. So it's pretty basic, just level 1, 2, and 3, and they all have the same artwork on the back. So this, again, really the only difference being the level and like what that level actually means for that corresponding card. And then moving on to these cardboard pieces, I'm not going to go ahead and punch them out, but you would punch them out right here, so you can see some of the bad guys and the points right there, as well as this section right here that you would punch out. And then on the back right here, you can see that. And then moving on from that, just gonna put that there. You have some of the firing coins. This is what you will put on the launcher once you pop those out. You can see just some more different stuff here that all go included to the actual game board. So very, very cool. A lot of pieces to pop out. That's why I don't really want to pop them out right now, because I don't want to risk losing anything. And then this piece here, you would actually pop this out, and this is the piece that you're going to build and put in the stand. Again, if you watch that how to play video, you'll definitely see what everything looks like assembled. But just a brief look at all of that. And then that brings us to the actual game board. So this game board is massive. You can see how thick it is. So I need to unfold it and rearrange the whole setup right here. So give me 1 second, let me do that, and then I'll be right back with you guys. So here's the game board, or at least some of it. It is really big. It does not fit properly into frame, and as you can see, I had to put it long ways on the table. So now, unfortunately, you can see the table sticking out, and as well as the extension cord that's running for the lights and stuff. And I am filming this in an office, so you may see a printer or something like that. You're just gonna have to deal with it. But we look at the game board right here. You can see it is done in that red, white, and blue color scheme right here. Now this side is meant for 2 players, as you can see indicated by this logo right here. And then as we just kind of pan up, you can see right over there. So this portion right here, that's essentially where you're going to be putting the bad guys. So you know, you start them all the way at the top, and then turn by turn they eventually work their way down just like they would in the game. Now the whole goal is right where I have the camera right now, right in this section, is where you will put the launcher. So you go ahead, you take the launcher, you place it here, and you will put one of the little firing tokens on here and kind of angle it and position it whichever way you want. And your whole goal is to flick this and have the coin go, and then obviously move over this way and hit, you know, one of the bad guys that is listed up here or anywhere on the board. It is way more involved than that, but that is the simplest way that I can put it. But there is a lot of variables and stuff that plays into it. But I just kind of want to at least show really quickly how to play the game. That is the most simple version of the game, but like I said, it's way more involved. Definitely check the link in the description as well as the pinned comment for this video, so you can watch an in-depth tutorial of how to actually play the game. But the board itself looks very nice. You have more of that artwork, and we'll kind of zoom in over here to kind of give a better look of how that looks. But yeah, it is a very, very long board. But what's really cool about it is that this side is meant for 2 players. Now, if you flip the board over to the other side, which we're going to go ahead and do now. Alright, now you will see this side is meant for 3 to 4 players, and the artwork changes. So this is the more traditional artwork that you saw on the Space Invaders arcade cabinet, which I really love. This is very iconic for me. So you see that, and then You can see some of the spaces right here. So the only differences that I am noticing, other than obviously the color scheme, is that there seems to be just a few more, maybe like an extra row of spaces right here and some extra numbers on the side. Obviously you're playing with more players, you're going to have more turns and more things going on, so you need more spaces. But I really do like that you have the like original arcade color scheme right here. I think that is pretty cool. And then that is the entire game board. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring everything into the frame, and then we'll kind of go ahead. Alright, guys, so there is my unboxing slash sort of showcase of the Space Invaders board game. Now overall this was pretty cool, but I think I did enjoy the Pac-Man one just a little bit more. I did like the Pac-Man artwork on the box slightly more, and I just think having that hard plastic board of the Pac-Man one just made a really great display piece, whereas this one is a little bit harder to display. But at the end of the day, this is a board game, and board games are meant to be played, so I understand that. Unfortunately, I was not able to play this one, and this one did seem just a little bit more confusing, or not even more so confusing, just more involved than the Pac-Man board game. The Pac-Man board game seemed pretty simple to pick up and play, where this one took a little bit more strategy and just kind of had a little bit more of a learning curve. Now, it's not a bad thing, but just right off the bat, out of the box, I think the Pac-Man one was a little bit easier just to kind of get a grasp of how to play it. But overall, this is a really cool piece. I can't wait to add it to my board game collection shelf in the toy room, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.